Hey, what's up guys? This is Astranox. In this video, we got the Landy showcase in Azimanak 13, but not only that. This team is freaking amazing because there's 3 free-to-play heroes which are very relevant to the game in this team. So you build them and they are just amazing in so many different areas. So I'll be showing you guys the gear of Landy and her stats, as well as the stats of the rest of the team at the end of the video. But without further ado, let's do Azimanak 13. Why is this team so good in Azimanak 13? Well, like I said, those heroes, those free-to-play heroes are very good and they are very relevant to the current meta of the game, or just like the whole game in general. You can use these heroes in all sorts of places, in PvE content, in PvP content. Just amazing heroes. So Landy, why is she so good in Azimanak 13? Well, you don't need to rely on attack buff. I don't have attack buff in my team. Her passive attack increase because of her skill 2 passive boosts her attack by 50% when it's stacked to 5, which happens like on wave 1 basically. So it allows her to use skill 3 and one-shot these cocoons, those watchers, which only have a bit over 9,000 health. I believe it's like 9,153. So I'm dealing quite a bit of more damage than that. So you can actually have a lower amount of offensive power compared to my Landy and still do really good. And this team is extremely reliable and very high success rate with it. So we have 2 knights. Adventure Ras, he has Aureus, so it increases the survivability of our team. We got Falconer Kluri. She is wearing Elbrus Ritual Sword, but to be honest, like I would probably put Prophetic Candlestick on her 3-star artifact so she can use skill 3 more often. We got 2 Source of Dispelling. Falconer Kluri removes all buffs, and Adventure Ras on skill 1 can remove 1 buff. So that's very nice to keep this Berserk buff in check throughout the battle, so the boss doesn't deal much damage against us, doesn't get much speed and defense increase. That's amazing. Now we have defense buff from Adventure Ras that just happened. He actually is able to heal himself because of this skill as well. He's carrying Aureus, so there's damage taken from the rest of the team transferred toward him, so he's able to heal himself and as Angelic Montmorancy with the healing. So it relieves pressure off of Angelic Montmorancy. Falconer Kluri is actually sustaining the team as well every time she goes. She's healing the team for 2% of each hero's maximum health every time she goes. So when it's her turn. This you will see at the end of the video, at the end of this run, she actually heals for quite a bit. I'm seeing like half up to 2/3 of the healing of Angelic Montmorancy because of Falconer Kluri. Very good. It's not based on her own max health, so you can have her with not that much health and she's gonna do really good. She's able to heal herself 10% of her max health because that's how it works, her passive. You saw how easy Landy takes care of those cocoons. Every time they show up, she's getting a fighting spirit, 20 fighting spirit every time she uses skill 1. Adventure Ras is able to call her in a duo attack, applies immunity on herself and himself. It helps versus the debuffs from the boss as well. And every time like heroes in the team randomly call her in a duo attack, that makes her build fighting spirit faster. She reaches 100 and then she uses her skill 3. But the big thing is that the more buffs the enemy team has, the faster she's getting fighting spirit. 10 fighting spirit per buff, and those cocoons, they have defense buff each. The boss can have defense buff, can have critical hit chance buff, and can have the berserk buff. So all these buffs allow her to cycle very fast and use her skill 3 very often in the battle, which allows her to one-shot those cocoons very easily because of her passive that increases her attack by 50%. That means you don't need that much gear, like I said, on your Landy to do it. And Daydream Joker 3-star artifact is on her if you haven't noticed yet. This artifact is amazing. It deals damage based on the target's max health. You have defense break debuff applied on the boss, and then it will increase that damage even further. You pump her critical hit damage as high as possible after reaching 100% crit chance, which I Can't stress this enough. If you want a consistent run, have her at 100% crit chance. You don't want her to land a non-critical hit on one of the cocoons. It's going to mess up the whole thing because she's the only hero that deals high damage to everyone. Adventure Ras with skill 3 doesn't deal that much damage. So this team, like I said, very high success rate, very reliable. I have not failed once so far. I've done, I believe, 10 runs so far. I mean, the sample size is low, but it's extremely reliable, man. The damage you see out of Landy is completely out of this world. And like I said before, Landy is amazing in PvE content. That's what I felt like she was going to shine in PvE content more so than in PvP. I already showcased her in PvP, in Arena, Guild Wars, and Real-Time Arena, World Arena. So if you want to check that video, well, I invite you to go and check it out. So the team, you can see here, the sustain out of Falconer Kluri is quite amazing, like 2/3 of what Angelic Montmorancy is doing. So that's crazy, and you don't need 2 damage dealers to do great in Azimanak Hunt 13. So let me show you guys the stats of Landy and her gear and the stats of the rest of the group. So this is my Angelic Montmorancy. What do you need to aim for? 210% effect resistance on her will allow her to resist every debuff in stage 13. So that means she doesn't get silence. She can heal the team. She can cleanse those silences off the rest of the team, and you will not be taking a lot of damage, and that is very, very powerful. So you need to get as much health and defense as possible so you can actually survive the damage being thrown at you, but she doesn't need that much. What I have seems to be even more than what is actually required. This artifact allows her to heal the group more, and you could be using other Soul Weaver artifacts. Even Prophetic Candlestick could probably work, considering how much healing Falconer Kluri is able to do throughout the battle. Here is my Adventure Ras. His gear is actually not that crazy. He is built for PvP. I don't use him that much, but what you need to aim for is as much health as possible and some defense as well. In terms of speed, you don't need to go crazy. If you can get a speed set on him with a speed main stat, that's going to be good so he can cycle through his skill set faster. Or yes, you can have it on himself or on Falconer Kluri. Whoever has the better survivability. And Adventure Ras heals with his skill 3. Falconer Kluri heals with her passive 10% of her own max health. It depends who has the better survivability, I would say. So aim for 65% effectiveness so you can land your debuff in PvE content in Hunt stage 13, any of them. For Falconer Kluri, don't be scared about my speed. You don't need that much. This is for PvP. Falconer Kluri will do just fine with 200 speed, guys. Just have her like on a speed set and it's gonna be just fine. 65% effectiveness is all you need. You don't need more than that unless you use her in PvP content. Speed and then health percentage and defense percentage. Try to boost her survivability as much as possible, but with her constant healing of 10% for herself, 2% for the rest of the team, she will keep herself alive. In terms of artifact, Aureus is going to be great on her if she has more, like, let's say, health and defense than me, so she can keep herself alive. 20% of the damage that the rest of the team will take will be redirected onto her. Better than Adventure Ras if you have good survivability on her. But if you want the runs to maybe be faster, you could have Elbrus Ritual Sword on her. I tried this artifact. I even tried Daydream Joker on her because she's got a 95% crit chance, and to be honest, the run were about the same, like 5 minutes. Sometimes you're really unlucky, your runs might be a bit longer, like 6, 7, maybe 8 minutes if like the synchronization is really bad and Landy is not using skill 3 at the right time, or like your debuffs are really not landing because of the 15% innate resist of the game. You're not removing the boss's buff, you're not putting defense break. Things can happen like this, but usually for me it was a 5-minute run. So for my Landy, in terms of skill ups, you definitely want to prioritize skill number 3 and skill number 2 so she can one-shot those cocoons. This is very important. I'm missing 15% damage here. You can have attack percentage, memory imprint on her, which I don't have. And these are my stats. You don't need as much speed as this. You can lower your critical hit damage by quite a bit and your attack. If you had to choose, I would go with higher critical hit damage compared to attack, because Daydream Joker, 3-star artifact, scales based on your critical hit damage, but not your attack. So these are my, well, pieces of gear. And I would say that you can do just fine with like close to 1,000 defense and 10,000 health will be stable. I have 100% success rate with my team, and I've done almost 20 runs now. I've been running some more very, very good hero for Azimanak Hunt with 3 free-to-play heroes, which can be used in so many different areas of the game. It's really amazing. It really is amazing, and that's where she shines. Azimanak Hunt 13. I want to try her out in other areas of the game. I want to try her in Banshee. I want to try her in Hell Raid as well, Hall of Trolls, in the Abyss. So I can't wait for that. And Water Expedition as well. I showcased her already. Arena, Guild Wars, RTA, and I want to showcase her some more in PvP. So yeah, stay tuned for that, guys. Let us know what you think about Landy in the comment section. Where have you used her? What type of team composition were you running her in? But that's going to be it for this one, guys. Thanks for watching. I'm Astranox. Like, comment, and subscribe for more. Press the bell icon for to be notified whenever I release a new video. And check out my other videos. They should be showing up on the screen now. I got playlists of all sorts, so go check them out under my channel. A lot of knowledge to be had. Check my second YouTube channel, Astranox Gameplay, if you want more videos for Epic 7. I might be showcasing Landy in other areas of the game there. And check my Discord server. The link is in the description. Over 2,000 members. But that's really it for this one. Thanks for watching. I'm Astranox. Peace out for now.